Baby Beard Media presents a roll-to-cast RPG podcast in the world of Cyberpunk 2020 by Mike Pondsmith. Starring Ellen Graham as Cassie Glass, Sean Flurl as Junk, and Christopher Bond as Uncle Bob. Story, referee, and additional rules by Phil Harker-Smith. Design by Jack Sumner. Music by Paul Goodman. This is Going Mainstream. What does it mean to have a voice? Well, first of all, you gotta have something to say. Not all folks do, and that's fine. Never really been a problem for me, though. You're in the green room at Byte Radio, Night City's foremost pirate radio station, conglomerated from rusting shipping containers and junk in a scrapyard at the edge of the combat zone, sprouting antennae and comm dishes like fungal growths. Sprawling on the faded corduroy couch opposite you is Professor Panic. In a microcosm of the station he founded and operates, he seems thrown together from various mismatching parts. His neural uplinks are thrown over his shoulder like dreads, pulses of multifaceted light illuminating little details on his neon dreamcoat as they pass. The message is only part of the equation, though. How are you going to get that signal onto people's uplinks? Sure, you can amplify. That's why I built this place. But this is a bullhorn on a soapbox. They have a speaker stack the size of a skyscraper, and they pump out enough white noise to drown out every uncomfortable truth in this city. You know, there's a whisper in that hiss. It says, you can have a coffin all your own to sleep in, food to eat, and entertainment streamed direct to your goddamn skull 24 hours a day, if you so desire. All for the low, low price of your privacy, your labour, and your freedom. I was plenty happy enough with that deal, but then they've never seen the edge. Never even dreamed about it. You and me, Cass, we're going to show it to them. And we're going to do it by jacking into that stack. Our output, their channel. Nah?
Sounds like an inside job.
Well, let's talk specifics. Cassie.
Yeah.
Give us your intro as you sit here in Byte Radio. How you feeling? What's going on with you?
Feeling kinda like there's a spark starting. Just feeling a bit disgruntled.
Something in the air.
Yeah. Something needs to change.
And what would someone notice if they were to see you sitting on the couch here in Byte Radio?
Right, so you'd see a woman lounging around. She's got tattoos that glow faintly under her dress, which you can see through. It's like a veil, almost, her clothing. You can see everything, but it slightly masks things. You can see just enough to get the hint of the skeleton underneath. She's got a severe haircut, very straight, sleek, black. And she's wearing shades, even though the green room is lit. She can see everything. And she's got something in her hands that she's fiddling with.
Okay.
Kind of humming under her breath, thinking of a song.
It's
something.
Always ticking over at the back of her mind. The professor meets your eye, and he says, well, let's talk implementation, shall we?
A plan.
This shard has the contact for Amelie Wang. She's a talent scout, Pathogen Records. It's a subsidiary of our special friends over at Diverse Media Systems.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you remember them from when they put our last station at the bottom of the fucking bay?
Not on the top of my Christmas card list.
Well, me and Amy, we go way back. We're chatting. She happens to mention the Pathogen's studio, the one they're renting, happens to be 2 floors down from the World News Service's main broadcast suite. You don't say, I say. Long string short, I called in a favour. She'll get you into the building. Maybe a couple of crew, too. Once you're in, get a shard into their broadcast network, and Byte Radio is on every vid screen and in every brain dance in the free state of California.
Cassie sits bolt upright.
How you manage that part, what you do with that bandwidth, that's up to you, Cass. But for now, hit up Junk. I've already okayed his services with his boss, the Duchess. See if you can't get you some ripped key cards, building schematics, better yet, a half-decent plan.
Do I know where to find Junk?
He's done odd jobs for us here. He shouldn't be too hard to track down. And for the what, you know Bob, right?
I've seen him around.
Yeah, he does the morning show.
Hard to miss.
Yeah. Well, he's told me more than once, at length, all the shit he'd love to show those corporate drones if only he could get in their faces. I'd get him to build a little hype for the whole shindig too. At least stop them burying the whole thing when the dust settles. You'll find a few of my ideas downloaded on the shard too, if you need a little inspiration. But you're a performer, Kaz, and this is the biggest fucking stage you'll get to play.
I'm ready for an audience, prof.
Leave it in your hands. If you need help, a few ideas, hit me up.
Sounds cool. All right, so
Yeah.
I'm going to find Junk first, because he's the more reliable one in my mind.
Cool. You have his contacts. Everyone in this world has a cell, so you can call him. You're going to call him from within Byte Radio. You're going to step outside.
I'm going to stay within Byte Radio.
Cool.
Give him a call.
So the professor leaves it with you, leaves the room. You're in the green room. It's half a shipping container sectioned off within the giant pile that is Byte Radio.
Yeah.
And you have it for you yourself for the time being. So you dial up Junk. Junk, what are you doing right now?
So Junk at the moment is sitting atop an abandoned building, probably a few clicks away from where Byte Radio is.
Are you down south into the combat zone on a tenement, or are you further into the controlled urban zone?
Further into the control, just on the outskirts, so we can kind of see the high-rise buildings that we have.
From where you sit to the south, the streetlights peter out into the wasteland as the combat zone, with a plume of smoke rising from a fire. To your north, the bright lights of the city and the spires shooting up into the sky. And what are you wearing? What do you look like? What's someone would notice to you as the camera swoops towards you?
The camera looks up, they see a man, big, heavy brown leather jacket over black, dark clothing. He has shades on. So just the one kind of cyclopsy shades.
Nice.
If you were to take those shades off, you would see one completely white eye with cyber optics.
Nice.
Completely shaved head, goateed beard, stern look.
Your cell rings.
Flip it out. I don't recognize the number. Answer it anyway.
Got a job. Is this Junk?
Who's asking?
A friend of the professor down at Byte Radio.
May have heard of him. What do you got for me?
How would you feel about getting your word out there in the face of the biggest corporation we know?
I tell you that my word isn't important, but what do you want to spread?
Oh, the usual cocktail. Bit of dissent, a little bit of self-ownership, self-love. What do you say?
Professor asked for me personally.
Yeah.
All right.
Quite a reputation.
That I do. Well, what kind of jam are we going to be getting ourselves into?
Let's call it a heist.
My favorite. Go on.
Come meet me at Byte Radio. I've got to assemble someone else, and then we can have a chat.
What if I'm really far away at the moment? What if I'm busy?
I can come to you, but these shoes aren't really made for walking.
I'm just messing with you. I'll be there shortly.
Sounds good, Junk.
I close the phone.
It vibrates. It's a message.
Ah,
It's from the Duchess, your boss.
I read it.
It says, that little job I'm sure you've heard about by now. I have a few extra parameters. Come see me in the next few days.
Just what I need. All right, this one's going to be fun. From there, I aim in the general direction of where Bite Reader is going to be, and using my grappling arm, I get myself...
So you attach it to the ledge at the top and just sort of winch yourself
abseil
down.
all the way down.
Oh, nice. Nice.
And I head off towards Bite Radio.
Cool. I'm going to allow that. It's a cool moment. You don't need to roll for that. I'm not going to have you fall off the building.
Thank God.
Cass.
All right.
Who's next on the list?
Now I gotta see Bob.
So it's getting quite late. Bob's early radio host. I don't know if he's awake at this time. You have to ask him. He probably sleeps freaking weird hours,
Yeah.
though. He's probably one of those Tyler Durden style figures. He sleeps like 1 hour a night or like during the day. Who knows?
Yeah. But I've got his information.
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's easy to get hold of. He's known to the Bite Radio. You've met him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's around.
You're slick and stylish, and he's wild. So you don't have the greatest like mesh.
Yes.
But you do know him. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll give him a call. See what I can wrangle up.
Bob, where are you?
Bob is just outside. He's actually just outside of Bite Radio.
Right.
He decided that the dumpster was a cool place to be.
It's just a scrapyard. There's a lot of kind of dumpstery style areas for you to be in.
Yeah. So he's brought like two friends into a dumpster, and they're just hanging out.
Okay.
It's kind of like this weird experimental thing where it's like we're reclaiming space that is trash.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're halfway through a 6-pack of Smash.
Okay. Cool. And you're waxing philosophical
about how we're going to take down the system, how we're going to break everything, and how it's going to be fun.
So the three of you like stuffed into this empty dumpster.
Yeah.
What do you look like, and what do your friends look like?
Sure. So Uncle Bob has his patented lime green jumpsuit with a pink overalls over the top and his yellow fanny pack.
So weird.
God.
So, and his friends are likewise kind of like in like fluoro blues and yellows and pinks and oranges. So they're standing out against the dull grey of the trash. And
Who are these characters?
they're just people that have...
Street scum.
They're just street scum that have rocking gear. And he's like, cool, you seem cool. You seem to know what I'm on about. And they might be there because they want to be there. They might be there because they got free Smash. Or they might be there under duress. Bob doesn't really care.
They're an audience.
They're listening to him.
Okay,
And that's
cool.
what he needs.
Your cell rings.
Hold on. I got to take this. I'm sorry. Okay. Hello. Who is this? What do you want? Why?
Bob,
Yes. Hello. Who are you?
this is Cass.
Hi, Cass. What can I do for you?
I've got a job.
Right. A job. What? Okay.
You've got a lot of things to say, Bob,
do.
and an unhealthy level of decibels for saying them.
Yeah. Well, if you got a voice, you got to go loud. You got to go powerful. You got to go strong.
Some might disagree stylistically, but this is not what this call is about.
All right. Okay.
You
What's the job?
Are you near the radio?
Yeah, I'm right outside.
Oh my god.
I'm in a trash can.
Are you... How high off the charts are you, Bob?
I am just starting. I've got. What is it like?
He checks his skin implanted watch.
What? 5 p.m., 6 p.m., something like that.
Later.
You've lost
It's quite late.
Yeah, it's like 10, 11 o'clock.
Well, I'm just warming up. I've got to warm up through the night for my morning show. So I peak in the morning, so the listeners get a full thing of Bob. You know, you can't be subtle with these people. You need to wake up. Nice city. You need to wake.
Put down
You've
the
heard
smash, Bob.
You've heard the show.
Come on in.
Okay. Well, you're in the studio.
I am.
Oh, all right. I'll say goodbye to my friends.
Yep.
And then I'll come in. All right. I'll see you in a bit.
He'll hang up and speak to his new friends.
Friends. A sense of revolution is coming. So hold down the fort.
Okay.
This is our fort. I call it Fort Bob.
Bob, is that
Yes.
your name?
Who told you my name? This is Fort Bob, and you're in
Fort
charge
Bob,
of it.
man.
All right.
Can you leave the smash?
Yeah. I
Okay.
said that.
Cool,
He's my
man.
mind reader.
Okay. Cool. We'll see you later.
Where are I
then.
gonna go? The revolution.
Okay.
I love Bob.
What do you say, man? Okay.
And Bob will hoist himself out of the trash, dust himself off, paying particular attention to his yellow fanny pack to make sure it's nice and clean.
Lovely.
Dust it off. Then he will stop recording because he's been recording that conversation with the trash. He
Yeah.
wants to get these stories from the
Sure.
people.
Sure.
to see
It's material.
material.
Sure, it's
yeah, for his
quality
morning show.
content.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. What do the trash of the city have to say? What are their stories? And he'll make his way into the studio, into Bite Studio.
You pull open an innocuous looking door on a shipping container, which forms like a little tunnel into some makeshift stairs that basically takes you into a studio, a broadcast studio that is somehow buried inside this conglomeration of cars and shipping containers and trash and junk.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So it's a very ad hoc space that has grown. You first come into like a common area. There's a metal band with huge beards.
Yeah, cool.
Long hair, just hanging out, smoking in there.
They're like post-metal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
Steel
like
cap.
barely saying anything. They're just
Yeah.
smoking, and just one of them's like air guitaring.
Yeah, cool. I will
Just
join.
kind of doing his
I will
riffs.
join him for a second. Like join him in air guitaring, like in a kind of like frenzy of just like. Okay, moving on.
And
You
then
know, like,
they headbutt. They're not a headbutt. They
Yeah.
headbang with you
Headbang
for a
with me.
second.
Yeah, yeah.
Throw you the horns.
throw the horns back, and then move on
into the green room.
into the green room.
Just where you surmise that Cassie is. She's there. She's lounging.
She's very beleaguered already by the phone call with Bob.
Sure.
She's taken off her shades for a second to just massage the bridge of her nose.
Take
It's
a
gonna
breather.
be a long heist.
Yes.
So I'll make my way into the green room.
Cassie, how the fuck are you, Chumba?
She puts on her shades. Hi, Bob. Pleasure as always.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? How is your night going so far? Mine is excellent. Mine is most excellent.
It sounds that way, Bob.
Yes.
It sounds that way. Look, I've got a deal.
Yeah, a deal.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Which record label?
What do you know, Bob?
No, well, you're a musician. You got a deal. I figure it's a music label.
It's true.
What do you mean?
Well, it's true. So, Amelie Wang, for Pathogen,
Ah, yeah.
is looking for talent.
And you're talent. I'm also talented, but you're a different type of talent.
I'm a talent.
Yeah.
You're a different type of talent, but let's say we collaborate.
Hey, I like it.
Okay.
We could do like some kind of like anarchistic, like post-punk, neo.
Bob,
like,
I think you're jumping ahead of
Sure,
me.
sure. It should be intuitive. You're right. You're right.
What we need is
Do you like Bob? I quite like Bob. I quite like playing Bob.
Doesn't like fucking Bob.
This was not the Bob I was expecting, but I'm all on board for Bob.
Yeah, he's a punk.
I don't know what you were expecting.
Well, I'm here.
In the
What?
maddest
I
of
forgot the
sense.
name of the corporation.
So, Pathogen Records is hiring out studio space at inside the WNS building, the World News Service. It's a conglomerated news service that has offices everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like the Uber BBC.
Yeah. Great. Okay, Bob,
Yeah.
slow down.
Okay.
You're getting
sorry.
ahead of me.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I do that. Sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So, they're looking for talent.
Right.
And they'll put that talent inside WNS.
Yes. Yes.
If we got in, we could pump whatever we wanted at the loudest volume. I know you love things loud, Bob. But what we need, more than anything, is style.
Sure.
They need a package
Yeah.
that they can think they can sell.
Yeah. These
That's-
fucking corps don't understand anything unless it's packaged for them. You got to put it in a little box. You're going to contain it. It doesn't want to be contained, but we got to contain it to sneak it in.
On that, I think we can finally agree,
Yeah, let's
Bob.
get ourselves a box.
I'm waiting on Junk. Do you know Junk?
I've crossed paths with him like once. Seems like a cool dude. Seems like a cool guy. I like, he's a haze. in my brain. I don't remember him much at all,
Right.
to be quite honest. What we're talking about a man, not literal trash.
Of course, Bob. Of course, I'm talking about a man. I'm not suggesting we bring trash into our green room.
I once interviewed trash to like get the real sense of the city. I put a microphone up to it to listen
Sure,
to this.
it was a real lively interview, Bob.
It was one of our most listened to. It was bizarre. Anyway,
Junk.
Yes.
He knows people. He can get us places.
yes.
I'm thinking he's perfect for the job.
So we break in with this junk man.
Well, let's break in.
Okay, so we get in.
We're
with this junk man.
approaching Amelie with
Right.
a new talent.
Right.
Yes.
And then we broadcast whatever the fuck we want.
You got it.
Yes, I'm down.
I'm glad
this.
to hear it.
You're looking very nice today. What is that, new chrome, or what's this?
Bob.
You seem fresh.
I always look nice.
At this point in the innocuous conversation that starts going on is when Junk arrives at Bi Radio.
I push open the doors. I scan the area. Professor, long time no see. How you doing?
He leans out from his tiny office, which basically has enough room for him, a chair, a sort of desk that wraps around him, and like 8 tiers of shelves with various recording and cyberware bits and bobs and files and notes and stuff stuck to walls. He leans out and he's like, "Oh, hey, Junk. You heard from Kaz?"
Yeah, I heard from the Muzak girl. Is that what you're putting me up with these days? Where is she at? Where is this Cassie?
They're hanging out in the green room right now. I did okay your job with the Duchess. She'll be handling your remuneration for this particular little shindig.
As per usual, it's fine with me.
Sean's
have
character gets
fun.
I can't even pronounce the word.
Remuneration.
He has a
Gets
boss.
money. Yeah.
Must be nice.
He's not doing it for the fucking exposure like you
that's
guys
right.
are. Yeah.
Getting paid.
Well, I strolled towards the green room, and I feel like Cassie is going to stand out straight away, and I understand. I recognize her.
You would. She's semi-famous in the underground scene. So
So I'm about to give a nice, friendly hello to Cassie, and then I look directly to her right, and I see Bob, and I just shout out, "Oh, Drek!"
Hey, is
Bob.
this junk?
So you
Bob
have
is probably like dribbling a bit of like yellow foam from the smash that he's been drinking, and it's probably like been the last 20 minutes that you've been traveling. He's been bothering Cass, like he's been too close to her face and like irritating her.
She's a cool person at the best of times, but this is not the best of times, and she's starting to look as frazzled as you've probably ever seen her.
I look at Bob, and I just say, "Bob, you just decided to you just hanging out here for a bit?
I work here.
Great, and you."
Bob's not here. Bob's here because I asked him to be.
Oh, why would you do that?
Well, we've got something to say, and Bob is very loud.
Bob always has something to say. It's part of
Yeah.
his charm.
It's part of my job. I get paid to say things.
I listen to other people. That's my best skill.
I listen to people. You know, I like listening. I don't like talking too much. I like listening to people, and I like them saying things.
Cass and Junk are just staring at each other.
I'm giving Cass a look like, you sure you want Bob to be here?
Bob will probably just chat on for a little while, waxing and waning about
rambling to himself.
Yeah, that's
So I-
right.
Yeah.
So, Junk, details. How much do you need to know?
As much as you're willing to give me, really.
All right. So we're looking to send some talent to Amelie Wang. You know Pathogen?
I'm aware of it, yes.
Yes. And do you know where they'll be broadcasting?
How much do I know about Emily Wang?
Not a lot. You've heard of Pathogen Records. Amelie's a new name to all of you. You probably wouldn't know that they have hired out studio space in WNS.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know that.
No.
It's a particular opportunity that that the professor's learned of and has spurred him to sort of get this job going because of that particular information. It's not a widely known piece of information. It's just a nice coincidental piece of knowledge.
Look, both my employer and the professor haven't really laid much information at my feet, so if you'd fill me in kindly and let me know what you'd like for me to do, we'll see what we can work out.
Okay, so we need to send me in as a different person, a very packaged product for Amelie. Then we're going to record inside WNS, and we're going to put Byte Radio all around the globe. What do you say?
Are you expecting me to somehow make Bob look like a different person as well?
It might take a bit of work.
That's going to take a lot more work.
Hey. I'm cool. I'm really cool.
All right.
I'm thinking Bob could be my agent.
I could be an agent.
Oh, he could be an agent. Yes, he could. Right. Agent Bob.
Agent Bob. That's right. I just have to think like a corporate. How do I think like a corporate? Selfish. It's all about me. Got it. I'm in character.
Good. Okay, we don't have to do much work with Bob then.
I hate to say it, but you're right.
Look, I feel at the moment you're a bit much. We need to tone that down a bit. You know, I understand Cassie is high-end. She's stylish. She gets the job done. She draws all eyes to you. I think we need someone else. Someone a bit more toned down. How do you feel about that?
Not toned down. We gotta go corporate. We gotta make it a package.
Cassie whips off her glasses, and you can see her shifting colour eye. She walks very close up to you. You're looking at that person. I can be whatever they want me to be. We've just got to get me in there.
Alright, so I'll call up Amelie, figure out what her deal is, what she's looking for, what sort of music she's into. And then from that, we can create a persona that basically fits the bill of what they're looking for. Like, we use our contact who's in the area, who's looking for a new musician, and we're like, okay, let's craft the perfect candidate.
You've reached the office of Amelie Wang from a soft-spoken gentleman, young man's voice. This is her 24-hour secretary. How may I help you?
Hello. My name is Bob. I was given this number because I have a hot new talent, a new performer, new musician, and the contact that I have was looking to hook us up with Amelie.
Who was that contact?
Professor.
Amelie has been expecting your call, but she told me to tell you she doesn't do business over the phone. If you and your crew could meet her at the server room tomorrow night, she'd be more than happy to discuss her parameters with you.
Yeah, sure. Which server room are we talking about?
The club?
Yep.
The server room?
Yeah. No, look.
You can hear his eyes roll at your ignorance.
Bob is kind of embarrassed that he's,
Yeah.
in his own, this is a little more upper class than he's used to.
Look, I mean, the server room, for sure. That's a cool place.
Are we listening in as Bob is making this conversation?
Right next to him, him being embarrassing.
We'll be there. Cool. Tell Amelie we'll be there.
You set a time.
We set a time.
And you have to be there. You're gonna be there late because no one goes to a club like
No, that's right.
It's like same time tomorrow night. 10, 11 o'clock.
10, 11.
Night.
Cool. We'll hang up. I'll close the conversation and then immediately start thinking about it's a server room club.
The server room.
Thinking about what genre, because I'm going to see what I could use to figure out.
It's completely.
What's your streetwise?
Not great, I don't think.
Okay, so everyone roll their streetwise and just tell me who gets the highest, and that person will know the most about.
Sure, about this club.
About this club, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So what did you get, Sean?
I got 11.
11.
I got 15.
Okay.
How is Bob
So-
more streetwise?
How is Bob so cool?
Just like it just happens to be the server room, the dumpster outside. Bob knows very well. So
I
he's
know
always
that
been around the
dumpster.
server room.
I've been kicked out of that club lots of times.
You have the thought to actually use the hacked data term.
Yeah.
That's actually in by radio.
Yeah.
It's like someone dragged it out of the scrapyard, refurbished it to a degree,
Yeah.
and you have a data term available to you in by radio where you actually look it up.
Yeah, cool.
Doesn't tell you a huge amount. What it tells you is that it's a corporate night spot.
Cool.
It's
Okay.
in an affluent area just outside of the corporate plaza. It's a huge kind of mega club and is frequented by some of the movers and shakers in the Night City corporate scene.
Yeah. So it's effectively a corporate club.
Yes.
All right, I'll relay that to both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Be like,
Friends, look, I'm gonna need a bit of a makeover. All right, so we got 24 hours. We look the part, dress the part, be the part. So
We need a new image.
we need to get you a new image first of all, because you're the product, you're the box, you're the thing in the box. I'm the box now.
Okay, I've got something in mind.
So do I, but not much. I guess I have to quit drinking.
I have skills, so I have my persona skills. I also have beauty tech and wardrobe.
Okay.
wow, you're kitted out for this.
Am
Yes.
I able to transform Bob
We're doing a makeover.
into
You
something
can
a bit
totally
more
do
palatable?
a makeover.
Yes, makeover montage.
Going Mainstream is a Baby Beard Media production. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and all our podcasts are on Spreaker, YouTube, and all good podcatchers. Cyberpunk 2020 and all associated properties are trademarked for our Telsorian Games. Used with permission.